everyone, this is Lisa from the Rhinestone World, and in this video we're going to be making mini stockings using scrap vinyl of our Siser Easyweed and little stockings we got from the craft store. I have all my names typed out in Silhouette Studio. This font is called Vignetta, and I just did the default point size after I typed it. So once I was done typing them, I went over and converted them over to a compound path. The reason being is that it makes your text box, it will make the dimensions that show up here the actual text and not the text box. So I have all of them converted to a compound path. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and flip it horizontally because I'm cutting on HTV. And if you look over my design page settings, my piece of vinyl is 9 inches wide, so I'm going to set it up to 9 inches. Now, I don't want to waste any material with this. Since these are going to be really small and on little stockings, I don't have to have a lot of space between them. So I'm going to use the nesting feature for this. Now I'm going to go over here and we're going to go over to our media layout. And this is something that's in Business Edition. Now, Designer Edition can do nesting as well, right here in this panel. But if you go over here to our Business Edition, the nesting is a little bit more advanced. So this can be covered in your Designer Edition software, but I'm going to show you the more advanced nesting. No, so we're going to go over and turn on nesting. You can see that we have it right here. So I'm going to go ahead and interlock the shapes so that'll get them closer. We're going to align them, keep whole words together. That doesn't matter as much right now because they're not words anymore, they're shapes. And then we're going to go over here and I'm going to increase the padding a little bit so it's easier for me to cut them. So when I go to put them on my stockings, so I'll put it around 7, that's good. And then I'm going to put the rotations up as high as possible. That way it'll really get them as close as possible. It'll rotate it a million times. So you can see here, it actually doesn't look super great. So I'm going to bring it back down to like 4. So we have that here. Maybe I'll even do 2. Alright, so I think this takes up the best amount of space. So you can see we're all set here. Now I'm going to go ahead, go to my cut settings, make sure I have everything set up. I'm going to use my first tool, my auto blade and my Cameo. Use Easyweed. Double check to make sure you have it on the automatic blade. A lot of times if you switch over and you use your second carrier, let's say you're using a premium blade, when you switch it over to ratchet blade, it'll carry over to your tool 1. So always check to make sure you have it on auto blade and not ratchet blade. So we're all set. I'm going to load my material and cut. Here's my cut. You can see all the names are right in here. So I'm going to use my scissors and trim it down. In this case, I didn't use a weeding box like I typically do. I just went ahead and cut them nested. So if you do that, just be very careful and make sure you're paying attention to where your image is because you don't want to peel too much or weed in the wrong spot. Alright, so I'm just going to find a spot to start with. And I'll be able to just pull it up. An Easyweed, the name is pretty telling. It should be pretty simple, pretty easy to weed. If you're having trouble, it's catching in corners, you want to try to adjust either your cut settings or if your corners are peeling up, it could be an indicator that possibly you might need to change your blade. So you should be able to get it up like this. We have all of our names weeded, so I'm just going to cut each one out individually so I can press them onto my little stockings. All my names are weeded and cut, so now I'm ready to press them onto my little stockings. Here are my mini stockings. They come in sets of 6. I got them, you can see these are labeled Christmas Shop. I got these from, I think, Hobby Lobby. So it's a pack of 6, and I got them 50% off, which is always good. Now with this, It's raised a little bit because of the fuzz, so I'm going to use my pressing pillow and line all of my stockings down this way. And I have quite a few, so I'm just going to go ahead, bring it like this, and then we'll do the other side. And I want, there we go. I want all the stockings to face this way when the names are on them. So let's go ahead and start peeling some names. All right, so we have 3 more. So this is the great thing about pressing a lot of little things, is that I can do it all in one big press. So my heat press is set to 305. And I'm just going to treat this like any other material. I'm going to press it for 15 seconds at 305. I'll see how it sticks, and if I need to do it again, I'll do it again. All right, let's see how we did. This one looks pretty good. And see, I got a nice stick to it. If you turn, you can see that I can see the material through there. So I'm going to check all the other ones, and if any of them are peeling up, I'll just redo them. Good. Good. Great. So our stockings look good. Names attached well. With this, you can just kind of fluff it again and it'll be fine. So a nice project you can do with scrap vinyl in these little stockings. It'll come with a string attached. So just a fun project you can do. These could also be nice add-ons with your orders when you deliver them around Christmas time. Maybe put a little stocking with a name on it, or Merry Christmas. Some great ideas with it. So if you have any other questions, you can email us at info@therhinestoneworld.com. If you'd like to buy any of these materials, check the links in the description. And if you have any other questions, comment or email us.